Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Oh, it has been a while since I posted anything whatsoever. I am so sorry about that, guys. I have been very busy with school. As some of you might know, I'm in college and there's just other things going on right now. But hey, I got a chance to play and I got some extraordinary footage for you guys. I know that the video's title has the F-25 Sabre, and yes, it is dominantly about the F-25 Sabre, but I do want you guys to see some of the stuff I pulled off with this F-80, the 7.7. I think it's a 7.7, is it? I joined the game a little late, um, but just watch. I'm gonna play it, and I will start talking about what the heck is going on here. This map was absolutely filled by these guys, MiG-19 PTs. So maybe not filled, but later on you're gonna see a lot more of those guys popping up. And knowing that we have such a caliber of a jet, we need to take certain precautions. I don't know what the heck is happening here. Come on. Oh, I think I know. What the heck was that all about? Alright. My apologies about that. Knowing that there are MiG-19 PTs in the server, I need to be extremely cautious of what I do in this game. The whole match, I was very vigilant of my back. I never died. I'm gonna spoil that for you guys. Not once, for as long as I was in the server. And I did switch from the P-80 to the F-86F-25. But who cares about that? They're both good aircraft. People are always arguing that it's hard to survive, or I mean, it can be challenging to survive when you have better jets than yours in the server. I'll give that to them. But it's definitely a doable thing. In here, I just saw this little J2M here. I'm trying to kill it, and I think I actually do get rid of it. Let's go ahead and speed that up a little bit. We don't want to see all this loopity-loop. I basically did a high yo-yo, and I went back on him. And once I was on him, there was no way he was gonna escape my grip. It is a J2M, so he does turn significantly faster than I do. I don't want to spend too much time in here trying to kill this guy because, well, 19 PTs. I know that they're going to be a problem in this match. I got a few hits on him there. You guys can see the sparks, unfortunately, but let's just say I'm very committed to this guy for some reason. I don't typically do that, but I'm doing it in this match, so I guess you can watch. I know he's a bot, and that's technically a free kill. But basically, I wanted to guarantee myself, and there he goes. I wanted to guarantee myself a way to get on a top tier jet if I wanted to. So that's why I did that. Anyways, back to the hunt. I'm staying very vigilant throughout the match because I know that there's MiG-19 PTs. It's popping up on the feed the entire time. Not quite now, but they will pop up very soon. I actually killed this MiG-17 with my F-80. You guys are gonna see how I did that. It's pretty nice how I did that. I'll explain as it's happening. Let's go ahead and speed this up. We want to get to the good stuff with the F-86F-25, the jet that nobody talks about, and here it is. No, that's a MiG-19 PT. I'm taking my chances with that thing, alright? Getting rid of that MiG-19 PT is always a good thing, regardless of what you do. So I tried to get rid of it. It didn't work out so well, so I tried to chase it, but I lost sight of it, so I moved on. I knew he wasn't going to go back on me so quickly, so I kind of let go. And then I see that guy that we just saw up there on the top of the screen. You guys can roll back the video if you want to see that. I'll point him out in just a second here. He is, follow my mouse. It's this guy right here. That's the MiG-17, this guy, the MiG-17 that we saw earlier. He did take that guy out. it looked a little bit offset. That was actually a very nice shot. Zrich X, that was a very nice shot there, very good kill. Especially with the MiG-17, it's very hard to aim those guns. I mean, he just came swooping in at that guy. Pretty low to the ground too. There's an F-100 on him, but he didn't do anything as far as I'm concerned. So basically I trailed under him, I gained some speed, I stayed under him. I don't know if he was aware of me, but I tried to stay under him as much as I could. I was trying to avoid his lift vector. If you guys don't know what the lift vector is, it's basically the top part of the plane. So yeah, I'm staying below him to avoid detection. I'm trying to gain speed. That's gonna be very hard to do given that he's a MiG-17 and I'm a F-80. So, but I'm hoping that he's gonna turn. I have enough speed. I have enough energy to chase somebody on a turn. Even if it's a MiG-17, even if it's MiG-19 PT, I should be able to catch him. I think that was extremely offset because there's no way I just randomly fire my gun like that. But yeah, I shot at him, and I'm pretty sure that it looked pretty bad in the game right here. But in the actual, let me just go ahead and do this. Maybe that's why. In the actual game, it was actually almost right on him. I may have even hit him. So I took some shots, and boom! He got lit on fire just like that. He actually asked me what the distance was. I actually don't know what the distance was. Unfortunately, we can't use the clicker. But that was a very nice snapshot I got on that thing. When I did this, believe it or not, I actually wasn't even sure that it was me the one who hit him. I had a feeling that it was me, but I wasn't entirely sure. And when I saw that I got the kill, I'm like, oh wow, that was actually me. But yeah, I knew that I had enough energy to climb up after him if he turned, which is exactly what he did. He did exactly what I was hoping for. Once he did that, I had the advantage. But as soon as I did that, right back into alert, because I know I have seen in the feed by this point. I'm pretty sure I've seen some MiG-19 PTs pop up in the feed. Doesn't matter whether I saw them or not on the feed. I'm always aware that there could be MiG-19 PTs. So I'm looking around me. You guys can see that on the video the entire time. I'm looking around me. I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to stay as active as possible. I'm trying to stay very low to the canopy. That means very low to the ground. Kinda. Very low to the ground. So I'm trying to skim the trees to minimize my detection, considering that I do this with every plane. I try to minimize my detection as much as I can. But given that I'm on a relatively low tier plane compared to the other guys that might be in here, more so. I knew that guy was friendly. I don't know why I actually, no, never mind. I didn't know he was friendly. I know that it was a B-25, but it could be the Russian B-25, so I went in to check, but it wasn't. It was actually the American one. So I let him go. And at this point, when I was flying at this point in the game, I was thinking of making this an entire match just flying the F-80, but I got bored of it because at one point I didn't really find much. Oh, we got something. Oh, never mind. And you guys can consider this kind of like a little mini tutorial. As I'm speaking, I'm telling you guys what I'm doing. This is technically like a little tutorial on how to fly a simulator, especially top tier simulator. I absolutely love flying top tier simulator. I've always been a fan of flying top tier simulators. I've been a pilot in DCS for a very long time. And as you know, some of you might know, I have some videos of DCS. It's all like modern combat. Not all of it. There are some World War II planes and tanks and stuff like that, but it's mainly modern combat. And you know, this makes me feel, this game, playing top tier simulator, makes me feel like I'm flying DCS, since you know it's a little easier to find matches and stuff. But hey, if any of you play DCS, send me an invitation, not an invitation, send me a message, and or join the Discord, and we can fly sometime. I'm currently programming a mission. The mission kind of resembles War Thunder, simulator jet combat. The only difference is that everything is like 200 miles apart, so it's a little bit more realistic, and there's like stuff in between for players to do. It's kind of cool. I hope people like it. But anyways, that's for another video. Currently, I'm doing the same thing. I'm scanning for enemies. I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to find my next target. And I went pretty close to the base there because I was feeling a little bit anxious. I was feeling a little bit nervous, so I wanted to go back to the base real quick, take a good look around me, look at my surroundings, look at the distance, and I wanted to be aware of everything that was going on in the battle. So I flew to the base, I did a quick checkup, and then I went right back in. It's always a good idea to do that. It can't hurt you. Some of you guys want to say, hey, altitude is everything. Why do you fly so low? Why don't you climb? Obviously, a lot of you guys are already good with jets and already know that altitude isn't everything with jets because you have the speed. You don't necessarily need the plus to have the altitude. It is a plus, but you really need to know what you're doing because when you're flying high up, just like that guy up there, look how visible he is. That's the reason I fly low a lot of the time, because everything is so visible. I can see everybody that's above me. Likewise, or not likewise, when they're looking down at me, they might not see me as clearly because of the ground. So it's a little bit harder to see me. It's kind of similar to the Doppler effect on radars. If you're flying a plane at ground level or close to ground level, and you're trying to track it with radar, you might have a harder time tracking it because of the ground. The ground's gonna bounce back at your radar, and it's gonna be a little harder to detect your plane. I'm getting off track. So at this point, I'm still scanning for targets. Let's speed this up. It's going too slow right now. Let's go ahead and speed it up. We want to get to the good stuff already. And I promise you guys will not be disappointed with the F-86F-25 video. Since this is in YouTube, you guys can probably like skip ahead a little bit if you want to see that already, or if you want to see me still flying my F-80, you guys can continue to watch. But you guys can always like skip forward a little bit. And then I saw this guy. This guy, I'm already starting to nail him. This guy was actually this guy right here, the P-47. So sorry about that. He was just grinding some points. I felt kind of bad for doing that, but I frankly thought he was a bot, and it wasn't. I thought it was a bot because of how he was flying, and plus it was a prop, so. Let's continue. I don't think I did anything else with the F-80, did I? I can't remember if I did anything else with the F-80. I hate not being able to remember. I did want to say one thing, guys. The reason I'm telling you guys that if you guys want to see the good stuff, or by that I mean the F-80, I mean the F-86 F-25. The reason I'm telling you you can skip ahead if you want to do that is because if you haven't noticed, I don't really edit my videos. I don't have the luxury of the time to to take the video out, put it in Sony Vegas 11, and edit it for a couple of hours, and then wait for another hour or so to render and save it, and then upload it to YouTube, which is going to take probably another hour, almost. Not really, but close to that. It's just not worth it for me. I don't really care about the quality of the video, the presentation. I just want to deliver the content to you guys. And I'm pretty sure that you guys just care about the content. I'm pretty goddamn sure that you guys on YouTube don't really care. While it looks nice, I'm pretty sure you guys don't really care about the stupid intro, a stupid 10-second intro of my channel. Those are just aesthetics. I don't really care about that. I just want to deliver to you guys the content. Um, so, and if you think about it, it's a lot more beneficial for you and me for me to not edit my videos because, hey, I can just play, record, and immediately upload. Play, record, upload. Play, record, upload. You guys have seen it. I have uploaded like 7 videos on a single day just because I'm playing and uploading. So it's a lot more beneficial for you guys because you guys get more video. And the quality is not bad as far as I can tell. And you guys get to enjoy it, I guess. So the ones that do, you guys seem to be pretty addicted to my videos already, so sorry about that. But anyways, we are into the good stuff. And here is another video of surviving with, we need to make a category for these aircraft that are not top tier. We should call them something like the mid-level jets, I guess. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. The low-level jets like the F-80, the mid-level jets like the F-86, and then the top level or tier, whatever, jets like the F-100, the MiG-19 PT, or the F-4, or the MiG-21 in the future. Anyways, this is the mid-level jet, so everybody thinks that, oh, you know, it's impossible. You're gonna get killed all the time. You're gonna get demolished by the MiGs or the Super Sabres. You can't do anything about it. You're absolutely dead. They're gonna find you and kill you and destroy your computer. It's not gonna happen if you are careful. It's not gonna happen, I promise you. You just need to use your brain. Look around. Learn how to fly. Obviously, you guys know how to, and by the way, I'm not saying everybody. Those of you guys who don't do so good in jets or planes or whatever, and they complain about getting killed by higher level planes, I don't think that should be a complaint, because simulator, unlike realistic, depends predominantly on skill, not the performance of the aircraft. Yes, it also depends on the performance of the aircraft, but not only on the performance of the aircraft. RB, or realistic battles, it pretty much depends on the performance of the aircraft and how fast you can move your mouse. That's just how I feel about it. If you guys haven't noticed, right now, I'm going to slow it down. I'm flying here, I'm banking, and I'm following this jet. If you guys follow this trail right here, right over there, that's a MiG-19 PT. I know that for a fact. I know that I'm not going to catch him on a straight line. But I noticed that he was turning a few times, and I said, you know what, I can catch this guy. He's not flying that high up. If he keeps turning, I am going full speed almost. I'm pretty much going as fast as he's going right now on his turn. So I can catch him. I know that I can. He's turning hard, and I know I can catch him. It's not impossible. People say you won't ever catch a MiG-19 PT on a Sabre. Yes, you can actually. You just have to be opportunistic. Don't do anything stupid. If you see one climbing up, don't climb up after. That's dumb. You know, the only reason I climbed up after him is because he was flying level and he was turning. That was like gold to me right now. That was gold. I'm like, he's dead. If he's gonna keep doing that, he's dead. I'm gonna kill him with barely any efforts. And I totally missed him right there, but that was so fucking close. You guys see how close I got there. I'm gonna stay behind him because he's turning, and I know for a fact that I can turn a lot faster than he can, especially because I know how to use my my energy against it. And the funny part is, he's not even focusing on me. He's focusing on this guy right here, which he already knows that I am behind him. There is absolutely 0% chance that he already doesn't know that I'm behind him, because I shot at him and I missed him and I flew right by him, and right there I'm trying to nail him from afar. I'm pretty sure I hit him, but he's dipping down. He's basically screwing himself more and more. That maneuver he just did was a complete mistake. If you guys look at what he did, he dove down, made it diagonal to the right, which basically it's going to put him on top of my cockpit, which is incredibly easy for me to see him. And then he made a left turn. He switched from going right to going left. What did you think was going to happen? You're going to lose all your speed. I know, you're a MiG-19 PT, you're not going to lose much speed, but hey, I've been gaining speed this entire time. I'm not losing any. So I'm going to catch you. And just like that, he's dead. It barely took any effort. That was a terrible maneuver. Maybe he wasn't aware. People make mistakes. I make mistakes. I die too. I just don't post it on YouTube. I probably should do that too. But that was a terrible maneuver. If you're turning to one direction, okay? Yeah, the first maneuver he made was a great maneuver. Dive down, gain energy, and make a diagonal. Don't just dive straight down like a pendulum. No. Dive down, but make a diagonal turn to the side. But don't switch. If you're turning right, don't switch left, because by turning right and diving, you are gaining energy. Think about this logically. You are gaining energy if you're diving and making a diagonal turn to the right while still diving. Okay? The person who's trying to lead you, to shoot you, he's trying to lead you, which means he's pulling back on that joystick pretty goddamn hard, like I was doing at first. There was no way I was going to catch him. I was not going to gain speed while trying to lead him and follow his diagonal dive. I was not going to catch him. He could have easily outran me had he continued to go to the right. He would have gone to the right and then made a slight climb. He would have completely evaded me. I was not going to follow that, so he would have survived. He knew I was there. What he tried to do is he tried to make a diagonal to the right, and then he tried to make a left to get behind me. Don't do that. If you have a jet behind you, you need to focus on evading him before you can focus on killing him. Unless you're involved in a scissors combat, then do. Notice what I'm doing. I'm checking my rear view mirror. I'm trying to see. I'm moving left, right, up, down, zigzagging motions a lot, and I'm not looking back because I'm using my rear view mirror. This guy right here, I completely destroyed him. Keep a look on the counter. There, I took out his elevator on the left. It says suffers damage, but he actually ended up crashing. I'm gonna leave this up here so you guys can see that. I want you to notice something. Another MiG-19 PT came after me. That was not the MiG-19 PT, by the way, what you just heard. That was the anti-air from the base hitting me, because I'm like right next to the enemy base and it hit me a little bit. But I had a MiG-19 PT. I actually was very much, if I could roll my camera back, I was actually aware of him. Let me see, there he is. Watch this, okay? He launched a missile at me while I was turning like that. That's never gonna hit me. That's just wasting a missile. I mean, it doesn't really hurt you much. Anyways, at this point, I'm very much aware of him. Watch what I do. Watch my evasive. I'm not going crazy. I'm pulling negatives. I'm calm. I'm going slow. I see him. You guys see him right over there. Okay, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm doing. I'm pulling up on the stick while turning, and I'm going up diagonally. Okay? I'm pulling on my stick, but I'm pulling slowly. I'm pulling slowly, and I'm gradually increasing my pull. I'm gradually increasing my pull. This is going to make him black out completely. It's going to make him black out and possibly even rip his wings, because look how fast I'm going. I'm going 480 knots. He must be going at least 510 in order to catch me. So I pull. I noticed that he blacked out. That's when he blacked out, when I noticed that he wasn't pulling up on the stick anymore. So what did I do? I stopped turning and I did a reversal. I rolled over. I have done this maneuver plenty of times. There is a video where I believe I called the video fighting the MiG-19 PT or hunting the MiG-19 PT. You guys can find it. It's a really short video of me killing 2 MiG-19 PTs under like 4 minutes or so. And for the last one, I did this exact maneuver on him. I did this exact maneuver on him. You can see it on action again if you guys want. I did a reversal. I got behind him. But at this point, I actually lost sight of him when he went up to the sun. Actually, no, I still see him right there. But I tried to shoot him. I knew I wasn't going to catch him. I was not going to keep going after him. The only reason he got away is because I wasn't fast enough. Had I been like 200 miles faster or 200 knots faster, I could have possibly been able to at least hit him. But end of the story is I couldn't catch him. Otherwise, it would have been a dead one too. So he dove back on me. I knew he was going to dive back. I was waiting for it. I wanted him to get behind me because I know I can outturn him. But at this point, he has somebody else on him. Then I tried to get back on him, but he wasn't dumb. He was actually smart. So he climbed up and he evaded the other guy. And that MiG-19 PT was actually the same MiG-17 guy I killed earlier. So he was playing pretty good. He was doing good. But you see what he did, you know, he just pulled off of me. He let me go. He dove once on me. He got another guy on him. He let me go, and he found a way to climb up and escape the other guy. And that's how it should be done. You can't always be stuck like a piece of gum on your shoe to some plane, because if you do that, kind of like I did with the J2M at the beginning of the video, if you do that, you're just gonna get killed by someone else. If he would have kept trying to kill me there, the other guy would have killed him. He wasn't gonna kill me because he just wasn't. I was fully aware that he was there. I have a much superior roll rate. I mean, there was a chance that he could have, but I'm pretty confident he wasn't going to. Not because he doesn't know what he's doing or anything, but just because of the simple fact that I know how to maneuver this jet. He's not gonna catch me, and he's not gonna be able to. I mean, he's gonna catch me, but he's not gonna be able to match my turn rate. He's not gonna be able to match my rudder effectiveness. His rudder locks up a lot, so turning side to side is actually going to make him miss me a lot. Because the MiG-19 PT's rudder is not that effective. The best way to engage somebody with a MiG-19 PT, unless you absolutely know what you're doing, is to do what he did at first. What he did at first was perfectly fine. That was perfectly fine. The only thing that didn't work out was that I knew that he was there. But had I not known that he was there, he would have taken me out pretty quickly. This is why it's always good to keep an eye on your ass. Look behind you all the time. I have this rearview mirror, so I'm using that all the time. I'm looking at that thing 90% of the time. And I'm not flying straight. Sometimes I am because I'm looking through my rearview mirror and I know that there's nobody behind me. But I am not flying straight. Had I been flying straight when he launched the missile at me, he would have nailed me right away. And that was a friendly. But look, what do we have here? I actually never went for that guy, I think. The reason I never went for him is because I knew that the MiG-19 PT was close. Maybe not, but I had a feeling. So I figured it's not worth it. I'm just gonna keep flying my own way. And I left the area. At this point, I figured they were capping the A point, so I went over to check it out. I thought maybe it was a MiG-19 PT, and I was looking for him, but it's hard to catch them, especially on a jet that's slower. And right around here, somebody strafed me with 50 cals. He missed me, but nonetheless, it strafed me. I think it was that guy. I don't think you guys heard it. I don't think you can hear it on the replay, but I heard it, and it was pretty fucking loud, and it scared me. I thought, when I heard them shooting at me, at first I thought it was a friendly, thinking that I was an enemy shooting at me. But then I realized, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's when he did. That's when he shot me. Never mind. Okay, so you guys can hear it. That's when he shot me. I actually never saw him coming in, so he could have taken me out. But I was flying pretty fast, so the likeliness of hitting me with 50s on a jet is, when you're flying perpendicular to me, it's pretty low. So at this point, I'm trying to find him. I'm trying to locate the guy that did that. And there it is. You guys see him right there. It's either this guy or this guy. It's one of the two. And I went for it. Let's see how this went. Alright, there he is. I'm going to do a high yo-yo on him. The reason that I'm actually going to do I'm going to go up and then I'm going to turn into the side. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, never mind. I just went straight up and back down. They're both fine, but the reason that pulling a diagonal turn instead of a perfectly straight turn is because the diagonal turn will help you slow down and therefore will help you prevent ripping your wings. Those are all things to keep in mind. There's a lot of things you need to keep in mind when you're flying jets. He's trying to kill the guy in front of him. This is something you guys should not do. Pay attention behind you. I'm pretty sure he has rearview mirrors, but if not, I'm sure he heard the first 400 of those shots. And he did react to it. He did kill the guy, but was it really worth killing that guy? Like, dying? I don't think it was worth it. I think he could have evaded me. I hit him there. I got his fuel tank. I got his aileron or elevator or something. And then I just killed his pilot and broke his tail. So that was a easy kill. So yeah. And the search for the MiG-19 PT continues. I'm trying to hunt down the MiG-19 PTs with a F-86. It's not that hard, guys. You can definitely catch the MiG-19 PTs and everything else with this F-86s, and even sometimes the P-80. You just have to be, or the F-80. You just have to be very opportunistic. You have to take advantage of when they turn, when they bleed energy. You have to be on the lookout for that if you're gonna fly these lower tier jets. I know that a lot of you don't have the MiG-19 PT or the Super Sabre yet, but you do have lower tier jets. So learn from this. You know, don't be greedy. Don't, for the love of God, don't stick behind bombers. That's just so toxic. So toxic. Don't do it. You're gonna die. I cannot explain to you how many times I've been completely demolished by bombers because I thought it was a good idea to do a quick pass from behind. So don't do it. Just don't stick to bombers unless you're above them or below them and you can do a quick zoom on them, boom and zoom. Then don't do it. By the way, obviously I'm not trying to land at that speed. I'm going like 400 knots. I'm flying over the airfield. And then what I'm gonna do is a pretty sweet maneuver here to quickly bleed my speed. I'm gonna pull back on the joystick, or not the joystick, my controller stick. I pull back like all the way and look how my speed just went down. I can land at that speed like a feather. There's also another thing. It's actually a very professional thing to do in aviation. Rudders. Use rudders. Rudders are so amazing. I love rudder. Rudder's the best thing ever invented. I'm actually using a lot of rudder right here. I'm applying a lot of rudder. Look at that. Look how good you can control the aircraft at slow speeds with a rudder. It's beautiful. Oh, that's another thing. The F-86s, they have amazing rudders. All right, the rudders are superb. I love them. I think the MiG-15s and the 17s, they also have really, really strong rudders. They're very effective. I don't know what the Russians did with the MiG-19 PT. The MiG-21 has an okay rudder. as far as I can remember. And yes, I am talking about the MiG-21, not the 19, the 21. The 19 has an awful rotor. I don't know what the Russians were thinking with that thing. And believe it or not, rotor is a big part of combat. You know, it's really good to have a fully functional rotor. And we're going back on the hunt. Something, I am not going to spoil it for you guys, but something happened and I almost died. In here, you're gonna get a good. Oh, by the way, I'm going after that. I believe that's a MiG-19 PT. He's very slow. He's incredibly slow. I can catch him. Look at that thing. I could definitely catch him. The only reason I climbed after it is because I noticed that he was slower than usual, and I knew that I could catch him. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. I tried to see what I could do, but he climbed up one more time, and I just knew that I wasn't gonna make it, so I just went back down. Don't be afraid of MiG-19 PTs. He dove on me there, but he completely missed because, you know, I'm looking at him. Don't be afraid of MiG-19 PTs. Don't be afraid of Super Sabres. Don't be afraid of heat-seeking missiles yet. Don't be afraid of them yet. Whenever we get the AIM-9L or the AIM-9M or the AIM-9X or the R-23s, which are radar guided, thank God we don't have those in yet. Until we have those higher level sidewinders and heat-seeking missiles, don't worry, because obviously those things can withstand like 20 Gs, so there's no chance you're going to evade one of those. But slight chance. But don't be afraid of them yet. They can only withstand 6 Gs. That is nothing for a missile. If you pull back on the stick, okay? If you pull back on the stick, the heat-seeking missile is going to anticipate where you're going to go by pulling up like 3 or 4 or 5 times harder than you did. So he's exerting a lot of Gs in a small turn. That's why they miss a lot in this game. That's why they're so inaccurate in this game. They bleed a lot of energy. But anyways, don't be afraid of any of that stuff, because if you're like afraid of it and you're having anxiety for it, then you're gonna die because you're not thinking straight. So keep calm, stay low, stay stealth, and you will succeed. I hope the recording doesn't end before that part of the video. I want to see you guys. See you guys. Ah, there it is. See that guy? We just crossed each other, and I noticed that he was an enemy. I looked straight at him. That is a G91, and I felt very, very confident that I could kill him. I know that my turn rate is similar to his, so I know I definitely have a fighting chance. The problem is, I couldn't tell where he was going there. I thought he was going down, but he actually was going up and into me. Had I known that he was going up, I would have deployed my air brake, and I would have had a better chance of shooting him there. And I did lose him at one point. I figured he was behind me there, so I'm gonna try to. I want him to get behind me. Okay, because if he gets behind me, I have a chance of making him overshoot, considering that he's trying to gain speed to get to me right now. So I'm gonna turn hard. I'm gonna make him turn even harder to get him slower. He didn't take the bait, so that was a really good thing in his part. And now I figured, okay, he's gonna turn into me, I'm gonna turn into him, and then when we cross each other, I'm gonna pull up, bleed his energy, and trap him. But look at this. He hit my wing, and he hit me pretty hard. I'm still flyable though. He did not hit my elevator. I'm perfectly flyable. I can still dogfight with him perfectly fine. not perfectly fine. I have some damages, and my flying ability is now a little bit crippled. 50s are a pain in everybody's ass when you get hit by them. I got into a pretty good dogfight with him, and I'm spoiling it for you guys. Exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. Just about now. At this point, I'm trying to anticipate him, and had I been a little bit better with anticipation there, right about, not now, not yet. But there was a part where like he flew in front of my crosshairs, I think. At this point, I'm trying to turn inside his turn radius, but I'm having a problem. My wing is pulling me to the right, so I'm trying to counteract that with left rudder. I'm using a lot of left rudder in this battle, and that's slowing me down a lot. I'm losing a lot of speed here because of that. I kind of lost him a little bit there, and then I regained eyes on him. So a lot of things went wrong on this side. I mean, on this battle by my side. He did damage my wing quite a bit. So I decided to just let him go. It does not end here. He pulls back on me, and I'm forced to fly defensively for a while. And then a couple times I saw that he pulled away, and I tried to turn back into him, but that didn't work out so well. He has pretty good acceleration with that really tiny jet. So at this point, I'm already going defensive. I'm not taking any chances. I'm pulling, I'm making maneuvers, and we can see that he's right there. He's tailing me. Where is he? There he is. Oh, look, he had a friend too. I knew that he had a friend. Oh, wait, no, that's not his friend. That's my friend. I thought that they were both enemies. Wow, the things you find out by looking at the replay. Wow, I actually thought that those were two enemies on me, and then there I am trying to evade them. Notice how I'm flying zigzag pattern so I can look at him. I'm getting really low. Notice here on the rear view mirror how easily you can see them. Not yet, but soon. I can still see them. There he is. That's actually my friendly. The enemy is a little closer to my back. I didn't know that thing. He, from this angle, from this distance, you cannot tell me that he does not look like a Yak 23. A Yak 23 or a Yak 15 or something of that sort. Obviously not Yak 15 because he's going too fast. But I thought he was a MiG. Not a MiG, a Yak. Or I believe I actually even thought he was a Yak 30. So I'm like, okay, there's two on me. I can't keep dogfighting them. But then, keep your eyes on the rearview mirror. But then I noticed that they turned away. Not yet. You can see it on the rearview mirror. There's one, I think. Oh no, there's that guy. Now that's the only one I can see right now. I thought that the other one had pulled off already, but he actually was right behind me. So I instinctively go up, and I'm trying to make this guy climb after me because I'm thinking that he's an enemy. This guy right here. I'm thinking that he's the enemy, but he's not. He's actually my friendly. He's an F3D. But I'm thinking he's an enemy because I can't tell from this distance, and he does look like he's coming right for me. And I see that he turns away. And I'm like, great, this is the chance. But I was not looking at this guy. This guy right here. He's the one that was following me this entire time. He's the one that the F3D was going after. He wasn't going after me. But I didn't see him. I never saw him. And I thought that the F3D was him. And boom, he took some shots at me. He didn't hit me though. He was way off. That startled me a little bit because the first thing I thought is, oh, I got someone else on me. And I thought it was a MiG-19 PT. But then I saw that it was 50s and he hit me again. I thought that it was 50s, and I mean I saw that it was 50s because of the way that he hit me and the rounds firing. So I'm like, all right, that's 50s, and that's the G91 that was after me at first. So I'm immediately going defensive. Notice my maneuvers. I do a lot of negative G turns. Negative G turns are so effective when it comes to getting away from your enemy's line of sight. And at this point, he can't shoot. Oh wait, no, he can still shoot me. That's him right there. That's him right over there. He does have a friendly behind him. So I'm looking at him. The reason I did that, by the way, is because I was going outside of the map accidentally, if you can see that right here, and I noticed that it was going to throw me back into the combat area. So I'm like, okay, it's going to spawn me back in, so I'm going to climb up as high as I can, and then as soon as I spawn in, I'm just going to dive back down and escape the situation. That's exactly what I did. He kept trying to tell me, I think. I can't remember exactly if he tried to tell me. But he actually got into a pretty bad fight with the... he got into a... Yeah, this is the guy, GWS9, G91. He got into a pretty bad fight with the F3, I think. The F3D, I think it was. And he ended up getting killed by the F3D. So that was technically some pretty good teamwork there. Or actually, no, it was Southpaw 1, the F-80C. Good job there, Southpaw. I think I actually sent him a message. If you ever see this video, thanks for taking him off my ass. I appreciate that. Do I think he was going to kill me? No, I actually don't think he was going to kill me because I was already way beyond his reach. And at this point, there he goes. At this point in the match, or I'm talking about at this point, like back when he was still behind me and I was out of his reach, I knew that he wasn't going to catch me, and I knew that what I had to do is use my F-86 F-25 the way that you would use an F-100 Super Sabre. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to use it as an F-100 Super Sabre. Not an F-100, I'm sorry. Hawker Hunter. Now, here comes another problem now. Another challenge that I was faced with. Excuse me. Landing an F-86, a highly unstable aircraft when you're damaged. Landing it with a damaged wing. What a pain in my ass was this. It kept tilting to the right, and I had to continuously apply rudder to the left, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do rudder to the right, but I can't do that. So right there, you would think from looking at what I just did. You see how my nose went to the right? How my nose went to the right. You would think that I applied right rudder there. I didn't. I just let go of my left rudder, and my fucked up wing would drag me to the right, and that's exactly what I did. I just let go of my left rudder a little bit, and I let my damage carry me to the runway. And you can see that I kind of landed a little bit sideways there. But yeah, that was a very nice landing, and I made it back, and I repaired, and I went right back up. With that said, let's speed this crap up, and let's see what else we can do. If you guys have gotten this far in the video, I guess I can say that you guys, if you guys want me to do some sort of like tutorial, I guess maybe I'm not the most like knowledgeable guy on the planet here about War Thunder or air combat. I've been doing air combat for a long time, and I definitely can learn more from reading books or playing with other people. But if you guys want me to do some type of tutorial, you guys can request it on the comment section, and I can see what I can do about it. Alright? I will start. I'm buying a track IR because I've said this before, my virtual reality causes extreme lag when I'm recording. And even when I'm not, because it's not Oculus Rift, it's PlayStation VR, and I'm not playing from a PlayStation, I'm playing from a PC. That's the only way you can use virtual reality, because War Thunder doesn't have virtual reality in the PlayStation, so if I want to use virtual reality, I have to do it on the PC. And it lags my computer out. I don't have Oculus Rift, which is optimized better for the PC. Uh, I completely demolished this thing. That was sadly, I believe, the same guy as earlier. Yeah, the same P-47. Whoops. So I will be buying a track IR very soon. I'm thinking within a month, and I will be using that instead. Um, Instead of using my right stick to look around. Maybe I'm still gonna use my controller because I like this setup. I like looking around with my right stick. I think it's nice. I think it's very pleasant. It's very easy. Um, and I'm not really used to track IR. I've never used track IR before. So yeah. But the main reason I'm getting track IR is for digital combat simulator. My virtual reality doesn't lag as much there, but if I try to record in there with virtual reality, the frames go negative. um, but yeah, that's the main reason the main reason I'm getting the track IR, so I can use it with Digital Combat Simulator DCS. But I guess I can use it here too. It's gonna be more immersive, and you guys should be able to enjoy the video a little bit more. But at least you guys know that it is possible to have an extremely well camera with a PS4 controller. Left stick for flying, right stick for looking around. Great setup, it works. Trust me, this is better than joysticks. Trust me, joysticks are complicated. If you look at, for example, DCS, you can only use a joystick there. I mean, not only, but you do not want to use anything but a joystick on DCS because it is incredibly complicated and you need a joystick. But in here, in War Thunder, it's a bit easier, and the controller is definitely going to simplify things for you. A lot of people feel differently about that, but as a person that has flown for a very long time, a lot of years, simulation and stuff like that, I have flown with joysticks for many years, and I can tell you, PS4 controllers simplify everything. Um, so, yeah. Anyways, I'm hunting again. Let's see what I can find. Hunting for gold. Oh! For J2M. That looks nice. That's a nice shot. So that's a J2M kill prop. That's a B-57, but I wanted to make sure. We're flying pretty close to the enemy airfield. You can see that right here. I'm flying behind their stuff now. Normally I wouldn't do that. Like, you know, in the beginning of the game, because I know that the probability that they're going to have top tier jets is great, and I do not want to get caught behind the enemy airfields. I don't want to get caught by top tier jets because that's going to be a major pain in the ass. So, but at this point in the match, I figured it's okay. I'm not going to get killed. I was feeling pretty confident. Not in a cocky way, but I was just feeling a sense. I was having a sense of security. You know, I wasn't gonna get killed. And at this point, I saw another aircraft, one that we do not see too often anymore. Right there, you guys will see that in a second. Notice that was my rudder. If you guys roll back 10 seconds, that turn was only with my rudder. Look how awesome that is. Let's see, what plane is that? It is a. Obviously, I already know what it is because I killed it. It's an Arado. And that was a beautiful kill. Look at that. Completely shredded that wing apart. Look at that. Look. The wing flew one way, the plane flew another. It's like they broke up. And that was the end of the game. That was the very last kill. 7 kills, plus 2 AIs. I never died. So that was a very clean game. And yeah, that was the end of the match right there. So, what did you learn from this little debriefing here? Stay low, but and stay alert. Stay low and alert. But the biggest lesson here is: do not be afraid of top tier combat. Don't be. It's not. It's not. It's not bad. It's not unbalanced. That's the word I was looking for. It's not unbalanced by any means. I believe it's very balanced. Everybody has a good chance of surviving. You just have to be smart. You know what the problem is? The problem is that people go around the map expecting to demolish everything. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just wanting to kill stuff. Just wanting to kill stuff. That can be your drive. Awful stats with the MiG-9L, by the way. That's just horrible. 10 deaths and 1 kill. Jesus Lord, what happened to me there? Anyways, you can't um, you can't have that mentality. You know, you can't have that mentality to want to kill everything or to just want to kill stuff. Because if you do, you're just gonna die. Because you're gonna see something, you're gonna go after it, and you're gonna be rushing the kill, and you can't. In order to survive in top tier, in order to improve your stats, in order to do better in simulator combat, you need to get discipline. You need to discipline yourself. You need to adapt yourself to having a different way of thinking about how you're going into battle and with the purpose that you're going into battle. When I'm going into battle, I'm going for this. Not the most perfect stats, but they're positive, and they're very positive, most of them. 9 deaths, 31 kills, 73 deaths, 157 kills, 23 deaths, 138 kills. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for clean stats. This is how you're going to get good. What am I trying to say? Survival. Aim for survival. You need to aim for survival, not kills. Don't aim for this stuff because you're not going to get them. Aim for survival. As you are surviving, you will get the kills. Believe me, as you are surviving, you will get the kills. Reduce this, and automatically this will go up. I promise. Unsubscribe if it doesn't. Anyways, I also just one more thing here, guys. I'm sorry. I do like tanking. It's not my favorite thing since I was a little kid. Uh, I always loved flying. Flying was the thing I always loved in my life. That's my biggest thing. But I do like tanking. I think it's fun. If you guys want to see me screw up and get demolished, I'm not that bad at tanks. But I'm definitely not like made for tanks. But if you guys want to see me playing tanks, you can let me know, and I can probably make a section on YouTube to have videos of me driving tanks. I like to think I'm pretty good with them. I mean, I don't know what you guys tell me. I'm not a big tanker. Yeah, those are not looking too good. Oh, yeah, I'm not a tanker. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't expect to have this much. Anyways, if you guys want to see me playing tanks and stuff, you know, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do about that. Aside from that, thank you guys so much for watching. I will try to upload as much as I can. Sorry about being too busy, but thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a good one.